Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we will talk about the good and the bad of One Punch Man world and what they can do to bounce back from their pit that they've made for themselves. And what is up? So this is basically video combined for all of my knowledge that I have on the game. I've tried to learn everything I could, and this is what I have to present for you guys. Here's just a few ideas and of course some comments about the game. Team, if you're watching this, dude, just all of this is not meant to be negative or to be criticizing, but rather positive criticism and just you know things that you can build on, like constructive criticism. That's what I meant, right? So let's get right into it. Um, Positives about the game. I really do like this game, right? And I want to share some positives. So here are a few. Reporting cheaters works. You do get rewarded some silver coins, like 30, which is decent, I guess, but it's really good that they ban cheaters because they make the game unplayable. So it is great to see them, uh, you know, gone off the leaderboards, right? I think they have great character designs. I really like the way they made them in 3D compared to the One Punch Man anime, and I think they've really grown on me. So I really do like that. Some other people as well have as well. Sorry, I kind of stumbled there. Say that they have great cutscenes. I agree with this. I think the story mode has some of the best cutscenes. So you can really see why we want City J, not just for the city and the content, but also for the immersive story, right? Great animations. The great animations go from they span from cutscenes to just straight up gameplay with moves, right? I think they look great and I think they're awesome. They don't look clunky at all, and I think they mesh really well with the characters. So there's that. Runs well on PC. For me personally, I haven't had too many performance issues, but I think it runs pretty well on any PC, ranging from like a 1650 to a 1080 Ti. So yeah, they both run pretty decent and great graphics on mobile. Because I've seen games like Roblox where they play on mobile and PC, the graphics look really different. So I really do appreciate that the graphics are still great on mobile and they look amazing. There are other good things like Maelstrom Awards being buffed, and they have great concepts for the future. From my knowledge of the game, my extensive knowledge, I think they have a lot of concepts from the future. Might make a video on that, and they could make a lot on this game. They could build a ton, which I think is a great thing to have in a video game, especially considering the expansive world of One Punch Man. I'd love to see more and whatever the developers could bring to the table, right? So they do have a lot to build on. And now, here are a few things that I would like to see in the game eventually, whenever the time comes, when they're ready to fully commit to this game. So, first of all, I have things like online multiplayer, like PvP and PvE. I think they'd be really good for basically the whole community entirely, because this game does run on servers, and I think it's great to utilize that and to be an online game where you can play with your friends and I can play with the community, maybe with my viewers on stream. And I think it would be really good if there was a PvP system and a PvE system, because I think it is great to have maybe extra rewards for them, but also, just people experiencing the game together. And I think that would be really good. Of course, there's more stuff like story, maybe even season 2, dabbling in that, and of course, more heroes like Flashy Flash, Metal Bat, Pig God, Child Emperor, Tank Top Master. Dude, they're all so cool, and we'd love to see them in the game. So we can't wait for that, right? So we of course we wouldn't turn down any new heroes. We love them. So of course, if any King character comes out, I'd be shelling out a couple bucks on that. So do keep that in mind. I think King's one of the coolest characters out there. Some things that could also be worked on. I think there was a damage bug in team commissions where I did no damage just out of the blue. It's not right when I started. It's kind of in the middle. My character just stopped doing damage. This happened with Silverfang, but it also happens with Saitama Dream World and other characters like that. Of course, we have City J. I think I'd love to see the open world be amazing with, like, the fishing part, or the near the riverside, or the ocean side, sorry, where the sea folk came out of, spanning all the way to the city with Moomin Rider driving his bike through, and the stadium that Deep Sea King fought and broke into. I think those things would be really cool. I can't wait to see them. So I think what I would like is also the new characters being addressed. Just kind of a not even in order, but just what characters you would favor over others. Like, oh, we wouldn't want a Drive Knight in the game because he didn't appear too much in the anime or something like that, right? Um, I think that would be pretty cool. I think we could use a rework for Atomic Samurai. I think Atomic Samurai needs to be a little bit changed with his moves so people play him more. Obviously, I think that should happen when the banner comes around, so people start spending more money on Atomic Samurai and hopes they can test them out and stuff like that. New game modes, different ways to play the end game, right? What's it called? PvE, PvE are just some of them, but we can also have extra mini games, extra grindable stuff for money, just something that kind of spices up the gameplay. Because right now we currently have Maelstrom simulations to an extent. You can complete them or you can be stuck, and then commissions and team commissions. So once you're done all of those, you kind of just hop off the game. So I would like to see more game modes to keep us busy. Free to play friendly items and currency. So this isn't necessarily carrying the free to play and wouldn't take away from your monetization for the game. I think it's just good to make something that free to play players and pay to win players can obtain equally. So you can't obtain these by paying money, but they get both free to play and pay to win people can get them, so that they can kind of, I guess, even out where they both, there's no one that has an advantage. It's whoever spends the most time in the game, and I think that will keep people playing the game. Of course, we have other stuff like open world expansion. I think they could expand some of the world, like City F, and some of City, what's it called, City Z. They could, I guess, expand it a little bit, and that way we can have more of a free roam. Because I think it's great because it's called One Punch Man World, and I think you should really emphasize the world with the hubs that we have in the game, right? So with open world expansion, if we had an update and it would be in my dream, I think you would add like stuff not only about space, but multiplayer free roam and chat bubbles so that we can talk to each other in the world while we're running around and buying stuff like the attack dishes or doing daily quests. So everybody's just running around, and I think that would be really cool. And also open world monster encounters. So my concept for this would be monsters have the chance to spawn every hour. You don't know where, but it's for everybody in the exact same location. So people would ping each other in Discord and they'd be like, "Oh, monsters located City F near literally anything," right? And then people would be like, "Okay, he's only there for 10 minutes. Let's run." So everybody runs to that location and you see everybody in the game. And then you start let's say a dungeon or something. And then you would have a maximum of 4 people, and they could all fight the boss, but it'd be a super strong boss, but it would give you really good rewards, stuff like that, so that people would be exposed to the free roam, and they have to be in the free roam to encounter these monsters, so it increases more playtime in the open world. Stuff like that's really cool. I also think we could get a roadmap. I think a roadmap would be really thick, so we can know the future of One Punch Man World and where things are actually going. So what I mean by this is basically what the developers are planning to do with the game and what set dates they want to get things done at. Now, I think the reason they don't have a roadmap is because they don't know when they want to fully commit to One Punch Man World, or they want to commit to One Punch Man World, so they don't know the acceleration or the rate of the development is going to be long term. So that's why they haven't probably sent out a roadmap, but that's one of the things that I will be requesting, because we need to see what's going to happen in the future before we start investing in this game. Communication, I think linking social media accounts would be good, where they all post the same stuff at the same time so that they're all linked, so we don't have to search through each and every profile to find the news that we want about the game. I think announcements, more announcements, like leaks. You guys leak your stuff yourself, so we don't have to go digging. Announcing heroes again, and of course, reruns, and just anything about the game so we can stay tuned and we really know what is going on. So everybody knows, right? Everybody has a reason to come back to the game and they can be pinged for it. Season 3 One Punch Man hype. I think this is very, very good and very important. If I had to choose one thing to boost the game, it would be Season 3 One Punch Man hype. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean, basically, coming off the hype train of the game, right? So you just hop on, let the show piggyback you, and then hop off and you gain a bunch of more players. So I think it would be a good idea to market the game so that everybody who's hyped up for season 3 by the way being one of the most uh requested anime on anime wish list or whatever it's called. My anime watch list. I think that's what it's called. I don't really use it. But it is number 1. So that means if Perfect Worlds can do it, they can try to kind of siphon the people who are watching the show and redirect them back to One Punch Man World and get them hyped up for a video game that is completely free so everybody can play it on basically all devices except for console. And they just go to the game, right? They play it and the game gets some traction, right? I think that'd be the best way to go. Because season 3 would definitely bring back a lot of One Punch Man fans, and I think that's the best way to capitalize. As well as update timing. We don't want any competition. Like, we don't want solo leveling, Zenless Zone Zero, none of that to overshadow One Punch Man World. So I think timing your updates will be very good. Also, content for YouTube. I think we need to get a little bit more content creators in here. I think that will come with given time if we do end up bouncing back. There will be people who return. There's still people who play the game. I think I remember like a couple months ago I saw Painblade having One Punch Man in his taskbar. So yeah, it's pretty funny. Some community feedback that I got from a couple people. Graphics good, most battles are great. I really do like the boss battles too. That's my personal opinion. But they said it's kind of like playing a demo where there's nothing left after you finish the game. They want to see something left that they can do. And they think the world can be a little empty and the greedy price, right? Which I think the price is fine because I don't personally spend my money on video games that much unless it's for buying a video game. But yeah, I can kind of agree with this, but I do think the world is pretty nice. I think they could add more stuff to do in the world, and that would make the game less feeling like a demo, in my opinion. And then they said, another person said, good in terms of graphics, best in the anime category in his opinion, and the fights are awesome. Only problem is not much to do at this point. So I think what this is really saying is content. We need content, right? And we need stuff to do. So I think the best way to go around this is to add PvP, PvE, and that kind of stuff. That would really get me engaged as well and would pump out immense amount of videos. As well as bring back a lot of players. And, you know, could bring back the balanced Pluton or hot battle thing where all the characters don't have any merits or anything and they have the same amount of power. I think that would be great. But yeah, that's what we would like. But how do you bounce back from a game that is kind of fading away? Well, in order to bounce back, I've gathered a couple examples. Some big games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, Rocket League, Destiny, Fortnite, etc. Right? So basically, at launch of Star Wars Battlefront 2, the game was criticized for its pay-to-win mechanics and its loot boxes, right? And also the lack of endgame content, as well as just content in general. So EA decided they would kind of remove the microtransactions and release more free content updates. So that would mean like new maps, heroes, and game modes, so that people would be more interested in the game and they could be sticking around for longer. Because things like I would definitely not turn down new maps or game modes in One Punch Man, right? Definitely wouldn't, and that would definitely keep me playing the game. So of course, regular content updates do really help the player base. Things like Rocket League, they had good reviews, they started off really well, but they ended up dying out because of competition from other games. So what did they do? They went free to play. They just made it accessible to basically a bigger market, right? So that's kind of what One Punch Man can do with the show. They can take people away from the show and will make them play the game. Things like Fallout 76 launched in a poor state with bugs, lack of NPCs, and lack of content. So what did they do? They made the Wastelanders update, and they added NPCs, they added new quests, they improved the gameplay, and they fixed the bugs. That's how they did that. And what did they do too? They piggybacked off the Fallout show. They added seasonal content as well. But the main thing is they boosted the Fallout games by hyping the games up with the Fallout show. It was basically themed around the games, so it hyped them up a lot, right? I think One Punch Man can do a similar thing. Something like Fortnite started with Save the World, which was a game mode, and then it didn't have enough traction, so they switched to the PvE into PvP Battle Royale, and as you know, everybody knows what happened to Fortnite. It basically skyrocketed and made them billions of dollars. So yeah, things like that. What we can take away from this is things like pay to win, and also a lot too much money spending, to basically things like reworks for things maybe like can change Abyssal up, maybe you can change team commissions up, or get rid of the tickets. I would want to play infinite team commissions. Things like, of course, feeding off the hype of the One Punch Man season 3, and also just kind of, I don't know, like adding more content, more things for us to do so we can stay occupied with this game so we don't end up getting bored or quitting, right? So that's one way. Kind of reel in more players for One Punch Man World Season 3, like I said, and then keep them around with content updates, all right? So thank you guys so much for watching. That was basically what my ideas are for this game, and if any developers are watching, or maybe even wonderful moderators like Doomleaf and Stanner, I could share this around so you can kind of get the opinions of everybody in this Discord collectively, and the opinions of the community, and I kind of melded it into what this game could possibly do for the future. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts about today's video and what I could add in the next video. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.